Hello. Alright, so yes, this should have been a prior to or on Valentine's Day, but I couldn't get it together in time, and it isn't, you know, doing something after Valentine's Day just as effective as being anti-Valentine's Day. Anyways, unfortunately starting off by having so much difficulty taking these damn stickers off. Oh my god. I'm just accepting the loss at this point. Starting off, I'm actually making one of these heart-shaped boxes, Q Nirvana, from scratch. Using a cardboard box to make the heart shape. One side flip it over and trace it so both sides are going to be equal. And then poster board to continue with the outline, or walls per se. By taking strips and cutting about halfway into them, so I'm able to actually bend them easier. Taping them down to keep them into place. And then when I like the look of what I've done, using paper mache to seal it all together. I then painted with an overall coat of white. Actually a few of these, just to get rid of any newspaper look. And carried on with a red on the outside. For the inside though, I did take on the task of adding some fluff with an old sponge, cutting that up both length and width, or I guess depth, more like it. Success! Oh my god, that looks so bad. For aid in both looks and putting these two sponge pieces together, I'm using fabric from an old blanket. Cutting out the shape that I needed. Could I be using better scissors for this? Absolutely. Am I going to take the amount of time it would to find those? No. twice. And then sewing the two halves of the blanket together. Fabric gluing these sponge pieces all together to hold it. Once everything was dry, place the sponges into the blanket heart and fabric glued that completely together. While waiting for that to dry though, I painted the inside black with a few coats. I've placed the now quote-unquote heart pillow, I guess you'd say, in the heart container, and now it's time to move on to the best part, the heart. That rhymed. I will be placing my mixture, which I will get to in a moment, into a jar. I do end up switching out this jar later on, but the same steps do apply. I placed in several tissues just to give it the basic shape. Place a bag in. Any bag will work. This one's actually left over from some bagels. And create your mixture. Now with this particular concoction, it will not last forever, despite even sealing it. This is a simple gelatin mixture with the addition of alcohol paints just to color it, but this is not edible. I mean, I guess everything in life is edible, but some things are only really edible once, and this may be one of those things. If you are wanting something like this to last, my recommendation would probably be to use a clear silicone, but you would have to work faster with that or have a mold ready to go, as it does eliminate the ability of remelting it, because silicone, in this case, does not melt and remelt and remelt. Anyways, I digress. Pour your mix into the bag. I like to twirl the end of my bag, or I guess the top, to get a little bit more texture. It gives these little, like, almost flanges. Let that set. If you're not going for much of a realistic look as I am, you could definitely stop here, but I wanted to add some texture and shape myself. That is very red. I was not expecting it to be that red. Literally film. It's just a film on there. It's almost cool. Oh, macaroni with the chicken strips. Oh, a little bit of leakage, but not a lot. Oh, that is okay. Okay. I guess this just had too much water in it. That is a weird consistency. I kind of want you guys to hear that, but I also don't want you guys to hear that. A part of me has a plan, but a bigger part of me is just gonna wing this. I like the way this lays flat. It is still sticky. Okay, so I want to make this as anatomically correct as possible while still obviously dealing with gelatin, so that's like, but, ooh. Smack that all on the floor, smack that, give me some more, smack that, kill you this or smack that, oh. I can start sticking pieces of this to itself, because gelatin is incredibly easy to cut through. I actually like that these pieces are like together, but I could put them not together. Oh, and I almost just lost that. Time for the dippy dip. Okay. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Again, this kind of play would not be achievable with silicone. Maybe if you used like an additive or something, but even then it would probably be not as forgiving. I both cut a bunch of it off and added on some more of the mixture. A little circle. It won't even focus. There's so much and it's all over me. Going forward though, it is time for the paint job. For this I simply used a very, very watered down black and red mixture. As well as a side of water to further water down the paint into the crevasses. And then a tissue to soak up any extra. For sealing this though, as I said, nothing is going to completely seal this in the way that no air will get to it or it'll last forever, but this definitely helps it last longer. I first used a spray clear coat, which just did not work at all. It just literally cracked off within seconds because this is a squishy object, which is exactly what I wanted it to be. So putting that clear coat on, I thought it would help. Turns out I was wrong, but I live so you can learn. It made crusties all over, which I ended up just pulling off most of them. I couldn't get to all of them, but basically like, you can hear it. The minute that I squished it, everything started coming off, including the paint job, most of it. So I'm gonna repaint it and then I'm gonna put some liquid latex on it and hoping that that works. My next idea was to use liquid latex. Which sadly left a yellow tinge to it, but it was mostly taken away with a red eyeshadow that is also used to take away the stick that liquid latex leaves. You could probably use, like I said, a clear silicone on this to seal it in, whether or not you use silicone for the rest of this as well. Now that I do have the finished heart shape, I'm using it to create the rest of the box. This being the kind of scrunched up cupcake paper pieces to go around it, and a cut up doily, which I sewed down. and then glued down. And that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll see you next one. Bye, guys.